We have Ethereum on the 2-day on our Challenger band charts, of which we did close our last 2-day dodo nice and healthy above the top side Challenger band, and we are going to be closing this next one today at 8 p.m. Eastern time. If that does close anywhere above the top side Challenger band, which is currently trading 38.25 or so, then I would be looking for a general continuation all the way up probably to 4,000 to 4,100 or so before the next sort of medium-term pullback. Is there a short-term pullback along the way at 39.50? Perhaps yes, but I'm not too concerned with something like that. This looks really good right here. On top of that, daily obviously did already close above the top side Challenger band as well. Sir, are you okay over there? Elsa's having a hard time right now. Oh, it's cold. Oh, put on a goddamn jacket. How about that? Anyways, we have close here. Yes, indeed. Anyways, yes, so we did see our second open and closure above the top side Challenger band yesterday, and now today having a bit of a liftoff on top of it as well. So as long as that condition is met, I do look at this as still a trend in motion, and it's so very interesting to me to see a lot of people very quick to call a reversal on this price action. Look, don't get me wrong. Of course, a reversal can happen, not just on Ethereum, but on basically anything, obviously. I mean, it is a non-zero probability, but understand the ranges that you're looking at right here. I fear that a lot of people, it's not that I fear, but I fear that a lot of people are on like a 15-minute calling a daily reversals from that. And it's like, look, if you're looking at a daily right here, this is very obviously a little bit of profit taking after a nice massive breakout, and this is looking for further expansion. I think this is rather clear, especially when you look at this from a, well, the major standpoints that I look at it from it, and essentially what I put the most weight on, which is what? Trend, volatility, and momentum. And in this chart, you see pretty much everything all on that side. What do we see right here? Trend, you have your nice ascending triangle breakout. We already hit the measure move on that one. I don't think I actually have it on this chart, so fair enough. We can just get rid of that for right now. Then you have your Challenger bands, which is a volatility sort of indicator right here, and it is trending above that. And then we also see momentum with daily MACD cross the upside as well, nice and freshly. So looking at really good right there. And I really don't have any major issues with Ethereum, even on the short-term time frames. As long as we're above about, I think it was about 37.50 or so, which we'll get into soon enough. I do want to address this as well, though. We do have the weekly closing for CME Ethereum later today, actually, in the next 15 hours, 52 minutes, and 52 seconds. And with that in mind, this is not necessarily what I would call bearish right here. This is a massive girthy green dildo testing around your prior all-time high. In this case, and this is a very strong move. The only way that I'd be calling this even a potential trap, is if we close the day below, on this weekly dildo, below about 36.50 to 36.25 or so. If that were to happen, yes, that would be concerning. Do I think that's going to happen? Probably not. And when we go into the short-term time frames over here, I think this is going to become a lot more clear. So let's go do it right now. Let's go see what we're looking like on the 4-hour right here. And even from this perspective, I mean, ranges are rather big. Quite obviously, I mean, we're dealing with kind of a bigger number right now, and I really don't have anything concerning to say about this, especially as long as you're above 3,700. But I would actually adjust that bottom side resolution to 3650 right here. As long as Ethereum's above there, I do look at this as more or less fine. Even in the short-term time frames right now, I mean, this is, for what it's worth, just nice, healthy sideways consolidation going on right here with a bit of a range, of course. But at the end of the day, this is coming on declining volatility, and whenever I see something like that, I go with the trend first and foremost. And I believe that this is consistent amongst all the time frames, which we do see on the 4-hour as well, starting to decline as well here. So I expect that we're in for a bit of sideways price action, and then I'd be looking for the daily to pick it up probably early next week if that is going to be the case. And again, the daily, many good things going on right here. Multiple drives of hidden bullish evidence. Obviously, that already got the general move, but now we look for volatility and momentum to take over after that. And volatility right here, obviously, well, looking good, actually right around the 50 percentile mark. So as long as that, as long as we see that increasing, well, I do look for a trend continuation right here. With a backstop right around 3650 to be exact. Of course, every idea comes with an invalidation, obviously, but understand where your risk is, understand where the analysis is, and understand also that if you are on a very low term time frame, this is probably not relevant to you. I mean, if you're on a fucking 5-minute or 10-minute or 15-minute or whatever minute, if it is a minute and not like an hourly or a daily, it's not going to be too relevant to what we're looking at right here, obviously. Anyways, as far as momentum goes, we do see a few good things going on right now as well for Ethereum specifically. We do see daily Stokes actually still upwards and onwards. I've actually get above the critical zone as well, as long as we do close above 35.67. Looks a little bit likely right now, but hey, weirder things have happened, to be fair. And of course, our volatility metric down here as well is looking for expansion off this level after the massive break. And even my little experimental indicator over here giving a pretty damn good signal, although that one does probably come into a little bit of short-term sideways at the very least, somewhat soon, maybe after one more move to the upside. Short-term time frames, what are we looking like right here? 4-hour Stokes remain to the upside as long as above about 37.80. Currently trading there right about now, actually. Bi-hourly is going to be showing what? Going to be heading down as long as below 38.09, and hourly is going to be showing what? is going to be showing up as long as above about 37.38. So I would be looking at this as a bit of a short-term range, very likely an upside resolution, probably coming into early next week if that is going to be the case. And if you are on the very short-term timeframes right here, again, I do think that things could come all the way down to about 36.50 and really not be too problematic from really any time frame perspective, to be quite honest with you, unless if you're like way below an hourly in this case. Anyways, with that said, hopefully that was helpful. And again, long-term targets for this would be probably into, you know, I guess like, you know, later September or October, something like that. Probably still looking somewhere actually just north of $4,000 or just north of $4,000. And again, keep in mind that as soon as this weekend, we might actually confirm yet another drive of hidden bullish divergence on weekly RSI for Ethereum as well. And that'll be confirmed with any sort of a closure, I imagine, above 36.50 as well. So that's the big one for me. Not only that, but we'd also see the weekly RSI maintain within the bullish control zone and also the exponential get in there as well, which would all be pretty damn good things. Even the weekly BBWP would be expanding above 50 percentile as well, and now above the moving average on it. So all of that looks good to me for the long term. Short term, probably a little bit of sideways, maybe a little bit of downside, but overall, as long as 36.50 does hold, I have no reason to be looking at this as anything resembling a trap. And I do believe that those short-term downside moves are actually more than anything, a trap for the other side. So hopefully that was helpful. And there